there, easy lady.
There she is, recording in progress.
Recording in progress.
Fran,
He's so crazy. I just had to
who's so
finish the song
crazy?
I was
Ooh.
singing.
Oh, I didn't know what that was.
Slim Dog.
Slim Dog?
It doesn't matter. I'm not
It
cool.
doesn't.
It
But
doesn't.
what does matter is that this is episode 11.
11.
11.
11.
11.
11. How
By the
many
way,
of
if you
these
knew
are
how
we
my
going to
voice
do,
was
by the
earlier
way?
this week, I'm surprised that and that's not any kind of vocal range, but I'm surprised that I just got that out of it.
Uh, 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 uh,
11.
uh, uh,
That's
uh.
that's impressive. Good. Maybe my voice just like went through a second stage of puberty and now I'm gonna be able to
Yeah.
sing and be a professional singer and make a bunch of money.
Maybe. Can you share it with me, please?
The money?
Mhm.
Yes. I will give you 2 schmeckles.
Oh, I like the schmeckles.
Thank
Last
you.
year, before World's Toughest Mudder, I started getting sick. I think it was like on the Tuesday or the Monday before, and maybe I was flying out on the Thursday. And you when you know you're getting sick, and I was like, I don't even know if I can go. And I was drugged up to here for that event. Like
Yeah.
I took advantage of all the American. It was awful. I don't know how I got through it.
We got a lot of it.
God.
Do you guys have the oh, by the way, welcome, episode
Oh,
11.
hi everyone.
Fran and Carlo,
Welcome.
OCR Jason, blah blah blah. We'll get to that in a minute. Are you guys getting hit by the new
COVID.
strain of COVID?
Yeah, I think loads of people are getting it.
It's called flirt. How cute is that?
Well,
It
now
is.
I want to get it.
I
No, I
know.
don't. I
I'm
don't want
kind
to
of
get
like,
it. I
wait a
don't have
minute.
time for that.
Why isn't flirt taking interest in me? Like, I'm kind of offended by this current strand.
Well, I hate
It
to
got a
say
bunch of the
this.
ugly guys at work.
I
I'm
hate
just
to
saying.
say this, Carlo.
Oh, nice mug, F.
Thanks.
That,
See,
that'd be a funnier mug if Mickey was like flipping off the people.
Mickey wouldn't do that.
Just the
That's
big
not Mickey's style.
Actually, I'll have you know, it was very bootleg. But during and I'm gonna go way back
Mm.
in the 80s, when we had this little thing called the Iran hostage scandal in the United States, my parents, the classy individuals they were, had a Mickey Mouse bumper sticker that said, "Hey, Iran." And Mickey was full on flipping the bird. I got to drive around in my parents' car with that on the bumper sticker. Although back then people were probably like, damn right. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm just picturing little Carlo.
yeah, he was pretty
I
cute.
bet he
I'm
was
not gonna lie.
adorable.
I'm gonna find a picture now
You
because
should. Oh my God, let's do little us.
I have a really embarrassing photo. My
Of
eighth
course you do.
grade. I will definitely post that one. I have the Ralph Macchio helmet hair,
Uh-huh.
and I'm in a members only jacket,
Super
and
cute.
it's like feathered and like it's big because my mom controlled my haircuts until I was like, I don't know,
16.
14, until I was old enough to pay for my own.
Really?
Back when haircuts were $6. So
I didn't actually ever have a proper haircut. I used to have hair down to my butt, and my mum would just trim
whoa.
it for me. And then when I was 16 and we were in Canada and I got it cut really short,
Oh.
what technically would be a Karen haircut today, but back then it was cool and I
Back
looked
then it
really
was
good.
super cool. Yeah.
And then yeah,
The 90s.
that was my first no, it was in the 2000s, babe.
2000. Sorry.
That was like my
I
first
just,
proper haircut.
I remember short hair, women getting short hair, and that kind of,
I mean, that was
I have a
2001.
thing for
So,
like women with short hair, and
do
that's like,
you?
oh yeah,
I
oh
had
yeah, yeah,
really short hair for a while.
like a little pixie cut or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, the Karen thing kind of ruined it a little bit. Of course, you don't want that, but yeah, like a little pixie. In the 90s were just like, and the girls were
Yeah.
doing the undercut with the shavy part, and I was like,
I'm gonna
and the whole
find you
punk
a
scene.
picture. I got it done really short one time. Like it was
Oh
like an
yeah,
inch long all over.
I'm gonna
Felt
pretend
like
that was actually a little creepy. Oh yeah, interesting. I got a little too like, oh yeah.
oh
Mm.
yeah, oh yeah. And then apparently I stopped paying for haircuts, got on the call, and Carla was like, "So, was your daughter playing with your hair?"
Oh yeah. I'm just saying, I'm not used to having you so much volume. That's the word I used.
I paid for this.
I actually kind of thought,
I paid
honestly,
for this.
I thought you kind of went on
I
purpose
paid for this.
just to get a little shock from
Now I
me.
know that you have a thing for girls with short hair. It makes sense that you don't enjoy the volume
It's a lot
look.
of volume. You'd be constantly like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Oh,
Do you ever try to sleep next to someone with real long hair?
no, I am someone with
It's
real
just a
long hair.
nightmare. You're like trying to sleep in the Amazon. Like,
I tie it up to sleep. I can't. I don't understand how people sleep with long hair down. Like the monsters are gonna get it, guys. The monsters are gonna get it.
all right. This has been an amazing intro.
Look, no ice.
Very British of you.
Well, so that I can't crunch it this week. Carlo, keep up.
I didn't even watch last week's episode yet, other than editing it.
You were part of it.
I was there, I know. But anyway,
Okay. Hey, welcome to episode
let's
11.
let's talk about some community news.
Community news. Community news.
I just smashed like 5 hi-hats. Actually, hi-hat would be over here. That would be what people. Oh, that wasn't even the hi-hat. Anyway, first, I want to start by we're going to give a huge shout out to clearly a friend of the program
Clearly.
and world's toughest mudder 100-mile female champion, two-time champion. Two-time champion? Yeah.
Two-time champion, 100-mile.
100-mile, yes. She didn't need 100 miles the second time. She was like, get back there, girls. Chris Rogloski, she just ran in something called the Norseman Extreme Triathlon last weekend. And it looks stunning and also
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did like
you start on a barge.
101 miles on a bike, and like she started swimming at like 4 a.m.
And you're like, we're going up and we're going like there's elevation. I forget the total amount of elevation. Yeah. And so she completed it. And she finished like 162nd or third. I had a whole thing I was going to read that she sent me because I was asking her about the results, but just know that she completed it and it's amazing. You literally start like on a barge
and just jump into
and they go 3, 2, 1 in the middle of a fjord. I don't know.
She made a fjord, didn't she? She made up loads of spaces, didn't she? Because it was like it was a really long swim, which she did.
Yeah.
And apparently swimming's not her strongest suit, probably still faster than us. And then
Not
on the run or the
either.
bike or something, on a rented bike as well. It wasn't even her own bike. She rented a bike. She made up loads of spaces. And it's like, dude, you are quite spectacular.
It's almost like she's a great athlete. Like, look out.
Well, yeah, but even for a great athlete, that's ridiculous.
I agree.
So, well done to her.
Wanted to, so congratulations, Chris. I'm sure she's watching this and she's like, oh,
she watches every week. She's
that's who messaged me.
Oh my God, Fran, it's such a good show.
Wasn't sure who that creepy person I got the message request from.
That's what I say about you every
Apologies.
day.
It's true. I wanted to give a shout out to some people, and one guy, I made mention of him last week, and then, or I'm sorry, I didn't make mention of him, but I posted his picture, and he sent me a note going like, "Hey man, love seeing my face on your show," and then like, you not speak my name, which I actually had meant to. So Gary Andrews in the UK, I apologize for that. And I got confirmation, our friend Bobby Hamilton, not related to Alexander or Lewis. So massive disappointment there. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of upset. And when you were talking about the fake person who was asking about watching our show, you said at your subscriber you were describing somebody.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about on his Instagram we call him Matt B. He's like Matt. He goes by Beard Man or something like that. He's got a big, bushy red beard. He reached out and was like, "Hey, nice to see my face randomly show up on your show." So, and he's a really great dude. I've met him at Worlds a couple times.
Please stop.
Yeah. So instead, I just shouted them both out again. So Bobby Hamilton, Gary Andrews, Matt B, the redheaded bearded guy. Thank you for watching, and thank you for always posting positive comments.
Thank you. It makes talking to Carlo for an hour a week totally worth it.
I mean, what else are you gonna do, right? An hour is not that long. Give us some time. One more thing I want to note, actually 2 quick things. Someone asked a question in the community, will there be an orphan tent? Actually, this kind of piggybacks into what we want to talk about with World's Toughest Mudder 2025. Someone asked, will there be an orphan tent at WTM 2025 in the UK? Short answer is yes, but to what capacity, they're not quite sure yet. It needs to be, that's the thing that's always been done by Tracy Watson and her group. And it's always a giant, it's become massive over the years, how big the orphan tent has got. So I don't think the logistics are at all known. Granted, they have plenty of time, but
well, yeah, I mean, it would make sense, especially with people having to travel so far and fewer people being. I'm sure they will. Is that an official word? Is it an official? Nothing I say is an official word, but I would imagine they would do it.
But according to the comments on the internet, there's going to be an orphan. And, what better place for truth than the comment section of the internet? So there's that. And really quick, I wanted to get into, do you know Scott Sebastian?
No.
Lovely bloke. Here in the US. Scott, for the past few years, has done this special thing for the whiskey drinkers of the world
Oh,
where
yes, I've seen this.
they buy literally a barrel of whiskey from a certain distillery here in the States, usually. And then they have it bottled with like custom WTM bottles.
Wow.
And so the buy, basically, the post is about the buy is currently available. It's Elijah Craig single barrel. It's a 9-year aged statement, 119 proof. It's going to be $95 per bottle. Only
So they
168 are available.
why don't they buy Scotch whiskey and do it in the UK? Oh, for
So
this event, duh.
this is for this year.
Danny, this
Yeah,
event
that's for
is
this year.
coming
There is
here.
some, because he wasn't sure what they're gonna be able to do next year, but I was thinking there's plenty of whiskey in the UK.
There's tons of whiskey in the UK.
So maybe with some advanced
Technology.
they can figure that out. But anyway, if you want to get in on the whiskey buy, reach out to Scott Sebastian because it's happening now and there's only 168 bottles. And when they're gone, guess
They're
what?
gone.
They're gone.
I really want to like whiskey
Yeah.
because it looks pretty delicious. And then I drink it and I'm like, this is not delicious. And there's no way in the world this could become delicious.
I like it in a Manhattan for sure.
Is that your favorite cocktail? What's your favorite cocktail?
Oh, you know what?
Mm.
I do. You know what? Yes, I think it is. But only in the last few years. I was not a big whiskey guy either. I have
Mm-hmm.
one of my best friends is a big whiskey guy and keeps trying to and he brings out these incredible bottles that he got like in South Carolina or wherever. And it's like, bro, you got to try the little. And I'm like, come on. And it's like, little sip.
Tastes like
And I'm
burnt
like,
tires.
smoky or peaty, peaty or smoky or peaty. Those are the
Neither.
buzzwords.
Burnt rubber. Constantly. Consistently
Kinda,
burnt rubber.
yeah. That's why I like it mixed. Or like a nice old fashioned. I had a vanilla old fashioned once. Hello, nurse. That was fantastic. What's your favorite
Mm.
cocktail, Fran?
I like them fruity. I like them sweet and fruity. So
Yeah.
I love an espresso martini.
Oh my gosh. I just had one of the most delicious ones ever, like last weekend or weekend before.
I like it when they're like, I like a salted caramel espresso martini.
Oh, look at you getting
Mm,
extra
mm,
fancy.
mm. Or if
There's a
that's not
place.
available and I've got to be normal, then I'd take a porn star because they're really good too.
Wouldn't we all? Wait, that's the name of a drink? I'm sorry.
Porn star martini. And
Oh, what
and
does that
and
mean?
don't be under any illusion that these are actual real martinis and I'm cool. These are children's drinks with some like vodka in it or something. They're sweet and tasty and delicious. They're not like, you know,
Okay. My
acid.
favorite my favorite happy hour place in town has a blood orange cosmopolitan that is actually like
That sounds like
really got a little bit of bitterness, but also sweet.
it's just like me.
But around here, everything's like $18 to $22 for a cocktail. So I just go like, yeah. And it's wine country. It's the bougie, you know. When we're in Florida, that won't be the case. Florida,
18 to
remember
$22.
Pensacola? How like we had
What?
dinner for the whole OCR report team. It was like $200, and we were like 5 adults with full meals and beverages. And I'm like, that's a $500 meal around here for 5 people.
Um, um, I don't remember how much it cost, but I remember there was 5 of us.
Yeah.
But there was a
I
good
just
bar in
remember,
Pensacola. We went to like a big kind of whiskey bar. It was pretty snazzy. And then me and
yes.
Jason went to a gay
Well, you
karaoke
followed
bar.
us to the whiskey bar, I'll say.
Well, then we went to karaoke without
We
you.
actually went to the whiskey bar to get away from the big crowd. And then those poor people, by the way, bless their hearts, like 2 people manning this quiet little whiskey bar. And all of a sudden, the WTM bar
Round.
crawl found it. And it was like, boom.
Boom
And
shakalaka.
and they were just like, oh no.
Well, I've been trying to organize for OCRWC, like where we're going to turn up for kind of like hanging out on the Thursday and having a closing party. I'm trying to keep it super casual, but just be
No, no,
like to places be like, hey, we're going to be there. It's not that easy. It's not that it
you're
had
gonna be
some
there Thursday?
good help from the community.
Do I
Guy
need to come up
called.
on Thursday? You're gonna be there Thursday?
I'll hopefully be there for Monday.
Monday, the Monday before the race?
It's John.
Oh, I got to talk to Jason and see when he's going to get there. Because if people are coming up Thursday, I'll come up Thursday.
The races
Okay, this does
start
not need
on
to be
the races start Friday morning, babe.
right. Yeah, I'm aware of that. Okay, cool. Yep, I knew. My role isn't even defined this year. So other than going to Mammoth to hang out with my friends and maybe take some video of things.
I mean, pretty much same. No, I'm going to work really hard.
Really quick. Let's get it out of the way.
Okay.
Melissa Linden's favorite part of the show. Yeah. Really quick. He's in Ukraine. He's having a great. Oh no, he was in Germany, I think. No, he's in Ukraine. But he posted that he got a speeding ticket in Germany. So good for him. And he got his speeding ticket at World's Toughest Mudder 2023. But
he's zoom zoom.
He is a zoom. Please welcome the Jaguars 30-second worldwide weather update. That was probably the most impressive one he's ever done. I'm not going to lie. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah. I think he put his all into that.
Mm.
And I would rather he do ones like that than what he normally does.
So, I've never watched one.
Fran, there was some races last weekend. Actually, there was one race that I want to talk about.
Yeah, there weren't many races.
No.
But there can't always be races every weekend. Well, there can, but there can't be big races every weekend. But there was
the big one
race last weekend.
I think the biggest one, the one that our buddy Jason Dupree. Or is it Dupree? It's however you want it.
So he was here for Europe's Toughest Mudder, and we were talking about that, and he's like, well, it's Dupree or Dupree. And I was like, it's the same. And he's like, no, it's different.
Yeah, you just said the same thing.
Like, yeah, it's either Dupree or sometimes I say Dupree. That's not even his accent.
No, it's not. He's got a little more of a southern
drawl.
He's got a little more of a McConaughey thing going on. So what there was, the race that I want to talk about, was the Spartan Mexican National Series Beast in Heroicio Colegio Militar in CDMX, Mexico. Jason was there, I believe, right? We did a live stream for that one.
Oh, Jason.
He's so great. He's everywhere. That guy.
He's here. He's there. He's everywhere.
So beware. What's that from?
I'm thinking.
Underdog? No.
I was thinking.
That's Trouble.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Okay, but that's been a long way. Wreck-It Ralph was like.
I know, but I mean, Vanellope, when she's like, she's here, she's there.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that's where that was from, like an old cartoon when I was a child, which means old. You were like negative.
Show those cartoons 15. Anymore.
Let me tell you about the top 3 men and women. Why'd you just do that face?
Okay.
I told you whatever that last thing was you said. Did my ears pick up on it? It didn't.
Did not.
So if it was a what?
What?
Speaking of my microphone. I can't hear you. We did this last week. Okay.
I was going to tell a funny story there, but no, let's do what we're here for.
How long is the story?
It's 3 seconds.
Let's go.
I've got a good friend called Elena Garcia, who's from Spain but lives in the UK. And one time, one of our friends made a joke that when we're old, we'll be in a nursing home together, just talking, and she'll be there with an ear trumpet, just going, so that was you.
I'm really glad that we took the time to hear that story. That's genuine. That doesn't sound genuine, but that was genuine. Okay. Your top 3 men and women from the Spartan Mexican National Series Beast. Let's start with the women. First place was, what a great name, Dolce Velasquez Flores. Second place,
Dolce Velasquez Flores.
Carmen Dominguez Rivera. And third place was Barbara Carolina Reyes Perez or Perez.
Perez.
Yes, I think that's Sergio Perez's kid sister. Clearly. How many Perez's can there be in Mexico? 3?
Quite a few, I'd say.
You don't know. Have you been to Mexico?
No, I haven't been to
See? You haven't been
Mexico.
anywhere. You haven't been anywhere, Fran. That was aggressive. I'm sorry. For the men, first place. How would you say Ciro? Is that Ciro?
Well, listen, we've had this conversation about my European pronunciation
Oh,
of things and the American and also Mexican pronunciation of things. So I have this thing with Spanish where I pronounce it in the Spanish way, rather than like Mexican Spanish is different. So I would put like a little on the Hiro, Hiro,
well,
Hiro.
I just realized now that I'm reading his name, why does that sound so familiar? So I'll tell you the top 3 as it was on race day was Quiro Perez Barragan was first place. Eugenio Godinez was second, and Angel Quintero was third.
Oh
If
yes,
you remember, it got picked up on the live stream that Quiro, like
Hiro, Ciro,
Quiro,
Ciro,
made a
Hiro,
wrong turn,
Hiro.
and
Yes.
so I don't know if they've ever like made a judgment on that, but that was the results because he definitely cut the course unintentionally, cut
Mm.
the course. And so I don't know where we stand with that. So as of Saturday, when the race was run, that was their results.
Mm.
Those are pretty
But
much,
the race results online currently are
yes.
showing Eugenio in first place.
There you go. See,
Angel
I'm reading from the
Quintero in
OCR
second
report
place.
on
Incido
Saturday. So,
Perez Barragana in third place.
oh, they gave him third. Okay.
They gave him third. He got 148.44. So I guess maybe he got some kind of penalty or something. I don't know.
He was very open about it and was like, yeah, I made a mistake.
Mistakes
And like,
happen. Mistakes happen.
yep. And he's like, my bad. If I drop, I drop. And so
Yeah.
he clearly, they dropped him.
If he dies, he dies.
Do you, oh, take that, Dolph Lundgren. One of the, probably the smartest real life. I mean, he's not a real life bad guy, but of all the actors and stuff, he's probably the smartest one of all the
Really?
bad, like who played like, really? He's like a physicist or something.
Is he? And you
Yeah. He's
like
like
him.
legit, like, whoop. And he's still handsome.
He has always been handsome. He will
Like,
always be handsome.
I mean, he's I forget where he's from. What what his nationality is.
Well,
Swedish or something?
I don't know.
Somewhere where they're big and tall and
Big,
bulky and have
big,
blonde flat tops and
big boy.
probably blue eyes. If
Mm.
he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies.
I'd be like, well, he's just saying he doesn't want to have anything to. Anyway, yeah. Was he a
Are you?
bad guy? He was a pawn for the
He was a pawn, wasn't
Soviet
he? He
government,
was. He was a Soviet pawn.
and he
And
was all juiced up.
yeah, yeah,
They hug it out at the end. Remember they hug it out after
yeah. That's one of my that's my favorite Rocky.
Rocky sing. Excuse me.
Number 4 is my top.
I won tickets to see the premiere of that in San Francisco from Baskin Robbins ice cream chain. You put in for a drawing, and the winning thing was 2 tickets. And just because my best friend's mother was the manager, probably had nothing to do with me winning that contest. It
So
was
what you're saying
100%
is
legit.
you cheated just like
I
the
did not
Russians.
cheat. I put my name in the box like every other American. And then my name got pulled. And I took the manager's son with me to go. Well, they drove us because we were in 8th grade. But
I
anyway,
love 8th grade stories today from you.
thank you.
We're focusing on the 8th grade.
That's true.
Hmm.
Oh, did I have the big hair then?
That's
I
what
do
you
remember
said.
I wore like my Pop Warner football jersey to
What
the
age are you in 8th grade? Because your grades are different to our grades. Either they're ahead or
Yes, in
behind.
8th grade you are 12, 13, 14 depending on what year you started school.
So that's like year 9 possibly. That's like
12, 13. Yeah, cuz freshman year high school is like 13, 14.
I don't know.
So I was 12 turning 13.
Okay, no, that would be a 7.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
That's year 8 for us. But
That's year 7 for us.
you know,
Anyway, that
Fran.
was boring.
Yes.
So
Oh, you
oh, tiny little bit of fun community news. Because
Let's
we did
go.
we do that already? Or
We totally
anyway,
did, but it's okay.
a little bit of community news. A new
Sponsor?
no, not a new sponsor. Deca Europe has
Oh,
launched.
yes.
So Deca events have been existing in Europe for a while, but like
Yep.
they're kind of galvanizing and pushing it forward a bit more. There was the Instagram page launched, I think, like this week or last week, and yeah, more events gonna happen. I looked at Deca because I was thinking of doing a Hyrox or a Deca. And I was a bit confused about like how to do Deca because I didn't understand that it was all affiliate led. So it's quite good to be able to see
Yeah.
actually, oh yeah, now I can take part in this now.
I, I always think I want to do like a Deca and
And then you
then
see people do
like,
it and you see it looks really hard.
well, then I'll go do just like a kind of a difficult workout at my CrossFit gym. And I'm just kind of like, I'm glad that's over.
Mm.
And I'll be like, oh, I'd just be getting started if I was
So I
doing
think
Deca,
Deca is only like an hour or something.
depending on the one, right? There's Deca Mile, Deca Strong,
And Deca
and Deca
Fit.
Sprint or
Deca
Fit.
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 And they've all got
So
different amounts of running in them.
yes.
So like Deca Strong won't
So
have any running.
oh, that's the deal. Yeah. I just man, those ram burpee things where you gotta like I but I you know what? I'll
Why do
probably
we do
do one.
any of this sport?
We should pick one and
Do it.
go do the same one.
Do it
They have
together.
co-ed teams. You
They
want to do
do have
co-ed team?
co-ed teams. Yeah, let's do a co-ed team. I mean,
We
we
should do a
live
co-ed team.
7,000 miles away from each other, but
I mean,
sure.
whatever, logistics.
Oh, what is space? What is
We
time?
can make we work for the OCR report. They'll send us wherever we want, providing we pay for it. Um they'd be like, yeah, go ahead, go for it.
Oh,
They're
I just got
cool.
really dizzy. Maybe I won't be doing any ram burpees. Woof.
What kind of
Okay.
plant is that behind you?
Oh, that's an aloe vera.
Oh, because you have a
Aloe
young
vera?
child and she scrapes her knees and you have to like rub aloe vera on it.
I had a really bad burn the other week. A really bad burn. I
Yes,
swallowed it.
you
I've still got a
did.
scar on my leg, and the aloe
We've
vera was the only thing that stopped the pain.
covered that
So
multiple times. I like it.
y'all get
I'm not, I'm,
yourself an aloe vera.
I don't. I would murder that thing.
Well, I do too. That was one that my mum grew because I just don't grow them very well. So she brought that over for me.
Although I do have a few
Anyway,
more peppers on my pepper plant. They're
hmm,
coming in pretty good.
terrible year for crops this year. Terrible
Do
year. Last year,
you?
I never mind. Let's not.
It's okay. Do you have? Do you have any update on upcoming races?
Not a ton happening this weekend. Some Decker events as there always is, but the main thing in the UK is Spartan badminton, Gloucester.
Oh, very nice.
Hmm.
Uh, you know what's coming up over here in the States in a couple weeks, and I only bring it up because I'm going to be there.
No.
Toughest Mudder, Chicago.
Ooh, that's
Let's go.
interesting. Is
Let's
it just
go.
toughest? It's a toughest.
It's toughest. It's the race that you did,
I need
only
to do that again.
in Chicago. It is a flat course. So
Do you know what?
no.
Okay, well, maybe I'll tell you. I
Yes.
actually enjoyed the hills at the one that I did, and I hate
Yeah.
hills because I don't mind power hiking and I like running downhill. So it meant I was actually able to run more with less effort and stay warm. But I have realized I
Oh
need to
yeah.
do another toughest, but I would like to do it with a buddy.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, for real.
I think I need a big strong boy to help me.
Ooh. Okay. I'm I'm the boy part of that equation, but that's about it.
Well, I said it to Dustin.
Big,
He was like, okay, I'll do
strong.
it with you.
Yeah,
But I
he's
was
big
like,
and strong.
yeah, but then he can't do the obstacles and I can't help him because he's like 5 times my size.
But why is it because he has like just like
Just
because he's
because.
got the one hand that's like a little, you
Oh
know?
my God, it was so good. We went climbing for Evelyn's birthday. It was my daughter's birthday the
Yeah,
weekend.
it was. I saw that. Happy
And we went
birthday.
climbing and Dustin didn't take part because partly he didn't want to and partly you can't really climb.
Well, if you
And
can't,
hmm,
right?
mhm. So we had to do like a safety briefing, and then
Yep.
the lady was like, "So just to check, it's just you guys that are climbing, that you're not." And Evelyn just sat there and went, "He's got a Barbie hand."
So for those who don't know, really quick, the Barbie hand, uh, Dustin, what I shouldn't laugh. This isn't funny.
He was like,
But
this is just
Dustin,
my traumatic disability.
yeah, Dustin has lost the use of his left hand, a large portion of it, because he was, I chuckle. I don't mean to
You should
chuckle.
not be laughing now.
Because he was bit by a rattlesnake and the whole thing got kind of handled poorly.
Mm.
He kind of saved his own life just with, I finally just recently went through his whole
Yeah, if anyone
story.
wants to see, look at the stories because I'm not
Yeah,
showing
it's
pictures because
incredible.
they
If you don't,
are
it's gross. I love the gross stuff. But
so. It
like,
looks like a
yeah, so as a result,
tenderloin.
his hand is kind of, well, like a Barbie hand, which I never would have. I can't believe it's your daughter who pointed that out, by the way.
Barbie hand. His head's just
Fantastic.
popped around the corner. Come here, come here, come here.
What happened?
Here comes the Barbie hand in the wild.
Oh no, no. There it is. For the record, those were not my words. I did.
I
What a
love this
handsome bloke.
Barbie
What a
hand.
handsome man.
Love it.
He's sparkly. He's all
He's so
sparkly.
sparkly. He's so sparkly. Look at that sparkly face.
Oh, it's good to see you, Dustin.
He said, "It's good to see you, Dustin."
Likewise.
Oh, I didn't realize
as
you.
did. I can't hear you, but I can stare at you longingly, which is pretty standard.
That's what I
Yeah.
do to you.
Okay.
Oh,
Hang on.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
you guys want to like go ahead and. Okay.
It's fine.
So,
It's fine.
hi, Dustin.
Hi.
Shall we get into a sponsor?
Sponsors.
We
wish
we
we
had. I've got one.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a question, Fran. And this is topical to World's Toughest Mudder 2024, which is coming up in like 90 days. Fewer than 100 days, like 95, 93, something like that. Who's to say? Do you, and Fran, I'm going to ask you a series of questions.
95
and the answer, what?
95 days.
95 days. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. And because we want them to be a sponsor, your answer has to be yes.
Okay.
So here we go. Hey, Fran.
Yes.
Do you like
Yes.
alligators,
Yeah.
crocodiles,
Yeah.
wild birds,
Yeah.
snakes,
No.
tortoises,
Yes.
capybaras?
Capybara. I can't even remember. It was in my head for months, and I'm so glad I can't remember it. But yes, I do.
But do you like them or no?
Why, Carlo? Why do you ask me this? I love them.
Yes. Well, then you will love Gatorland in Orlando, Florida.
Gatorland. Oh.
Gatorland. I have been there.
Should we go?
Oh, we have to go.
Should we go for World's?
They are.
Is
it
it
is
going to be close to World's Toughest Mudder? Maybe we should do a bit that we can then like slice into the stuff, so that we can like have a break.
So like
Pre-recorded segments.
Leave World's Toughest Mudder and go to Gatorland.
By the magic of television,
It's like an hour and a half away. I think.
Go to Gatorland before World's Toughest Mudder,
or after. I don't know how long you guys are sticking around.
Yeah, but that then wouldn't be a pre-recorded segment, would it?
Oh, gosh. I see what you're saying. Good point. Anyway. And by the way, so I've been there. My daughter, when she was lived in Orlando for a year, she's like, Dad, we have to go to this place. And I'm like, I got a 4-day pass for Disney World. That's where we're going. And she's like, yes, but we have to go to this place. And I was like, and we went.
I think I drove past it like 7 times.
It's amazing. It is amazing. And it's everything you think Florida, rednecky, America. Fran.
Yeah.
If those things aren't enough, they have something called the Stompin' Gator, not literally, off-road adventure, where you can, for a nominal fee, go for a ride in a real-life monster truck. Oh my God. They go gallivanting through the swamp. How much more American can you get? You can probably shoot guns.
I was going to say, if we could shoot guns, so American,
Actually,
I'm down for it.
Oh my God.
I have cowboy boots in America.
We have a second sponsor. We have a second sponsor we wish we had, because I just remembered it. Fran.
Yes.
There is a place in Orlando, and I am not kidding.
Uh-huh.
It is called Machine Gun America. It's real. You can go to Machine Gun America, Fran, and for a nominal fee,
Did very weird.
they have machine guns from like World War One. Okay, no, that'd be a Gatling gun. World War Two, that area, Korean War, we have a lot of wars in America. The
Well, not
Vietnam
in
War.
America, actually.
You can do your AR-15s, which people seem to like. Anyway, they have all this giant array of guns, and you can rent them. Stay in the building, of course. And you buy a bunch of ammo, and you
And
can
shoot
go to a shooting range and
So this is the thing, right? Being British, like I really
Shooting.
enjoy shooting guns in an appropriate space because it's like sport. And when you
Yes.
say that, and people are like, "Oh, but I hate guns," it's like, "Yeah, I hate killing people."
Yes.
So it's a very confusing conversation. So I just want to clear this up, like pro not killing people, but also pro
Correct.
sport.
Yes. I have a very good friend who lives in the UK, and he's from the UK. And when he comes here, or if he visits
Another one.
Texas, what's that?
Another one.
I do. I need to have a boy and a girl. You're my good friend in the UK who's a girl. He's my good friend in the UK who's a boy.
Okay.
Okay. You guys have
Mhm.
never met, but you should. He's actually a really, really nice dude.
Obviously, okay.
And his wife is a little, not a little, she's become quite the
Quite.
Instagram, TikTok person who makes focaccia bread.
Okay.
She's wildly popular now and basically bought a whole new kitchen as a result. Anyway,
So I see people making focaccia a lot online. And I wonder if this is the same lady that I've seen who did like peanut butter focaccia. And I'm gonna just say something because like I was very impressed with the bread that she made. But you of all people. So we've decided that we're related because our parents grew up in the same town in Italy,
that is correct.
roughly around the same time. But this particular town in Italy is famous for its focaccia. And you probably won't have had it, but like it's about this thick and it's oily and greasy and salty. And it's just one of the best things you've ever had. And it gets like these little wet, salty holes on the top. And oh my God, it's so hard to make. And everyone makes this big, thick, chunking focaccia that's just oily bread. But real
Yeah.
focaccia.
Yes. So there's
that is your heritage, boy.
It is. And my mother used to go, she grew up in San Francisco, and she used to take us every once in a while to the little North Beach, like San Francisco town where her mom used to go, and we would buy stacks of this thin.
You can buy it. Because it's impossible to find it anywhere else in the world.
Now this place might not, this was ages ago, and I can't ask my mom anymore because she's dead. But anyway, no, it's a long time ago. Year and a half. Anyway, but yes, it's amazing, but it is thin, and they wrap it in butcher paper and tie it with the actual. Oh, it's like, yeah. My mom was like, "This is the only kind of focaccia bread you ever get."
Your mom was right. Everything else, sacrilege.
No, you get it here in a restaurant. It's like this big. It's like cornbread. Which, oh my God, cornbread!
Oh, love cornbread.
Oh, I love cornbread. Anyway, but where I'm going with all that is, yes, Machine Gun America is a real place. And my daughter wanted to go so bad. It's right across the street from, actually, it might be right across the street from Gatorland.
Let's go. So I want to do Disney after World's Toughest Mudder. I do want to go to Harry Potter.
I think Justin and I talked about wanting to do medieval times. Have you done that?
No. Is there medieval times in Florida?
There is one. Yes, there's one in Orlando. It's dinner. Okay. You have dinner in a big horse.
Yeah, I know.
Thing.
I know.
It's knights and they cling, cling.
Okay.
Cling,
okay. So I'm gonna have to take like a week after World's Toughest Mudder so we can do.
See, I was thinking
shooting, Harry Potter, medieval times.
I feel like we're done on Tuesday, but I might not come back if I can swing it until because I already got that week off, and I'm like, why not just come back on Friday?
Yeah.
Just find somewhere to stay and.
I did that last year. I stayed for the whole week, and then we went to Savage the weekend after. We took a road trip from Texas to Florida.
And
it was long.
Honestly, that time of year, like November, early November, and weekdays, you're looking at like lower crowds at your theme parks.
You say that, but we went to
do see that.
Disney that weekend. So it was a Savage weekend, the weekend after World's Toughest Mudder, so which was a weekend earlier. So we went on what would be the Friday of World's Toughest Mudder this year.
Got it.
And it was pretty darn busy. It was what, like some kind of war day, Memorial Day.
Yeah, well, you went on a Friday and a holiday
I
weekend.
don't know what holidays are. Yeah.
What would the November? Oh yeah, that's not Memorial Day. That's Veterans Day.
Veterans Day. So apparently veterans like to go to Disney. So we had to go to Epcot, and it sucked.
My
didn't like
daughter
Epcot.
loves Epcot. Did you ride Living with the Land?
We couldn't find any rides there.
The little boat ride that goes along and basically looks at agriculture.
No, didn't find that.
It doesn't sound exciting, but my daughter would punch me in the face if she heard
Really
me say that.
struggled to find any rides at Epcot. We did like the Guardians of the Galaxy one, and we did the G-Force like simulator.
I hear that's
which-
like one of the best rides ever made, that Guardians Galaxy one. Did you go
Right.
on Tower of Terror?
It's not at Epcot.
Oh, it's not. Gosh, my
But
daughter
I've
would
done
kick
Tower-
me
I've
in
done
the
Tower of
face if she
Terror
heard me make
before.
that mistake.
I've done Tower.
Okay.
Anyway,
This is a fun episode. I'm not gonna lie. This is like
and
we
I am
actually- we-
so tired. The more tired I am,
we've been topical.
the more unhinged it gets.
We've been off topical.
Mm.
I have one
Thoughts on
thing for you, and then I'll let you go.
Okay.
I know you're not one to dabble in the sweets.
I do like candy, but just not often.
Let's say this.
Mhm.
Let's say what is a dessert that even if you've had just an amazing meal and you're
Chocolate mousse.
stuffed, there you go.
But I can't eat it anymore because it's made with eggs. But chocolate mousse was always my dessert of choice.
Do they make
My-
a eggless?
It's
Kinda
not
ruins the-
good. It's not good. They'll get there. But a good alternative is dark chocolate sorbet.
Ooh.
So it's not too heavy. I don't want a really heavy dessert, but I love.
You know what I like about you, Fran?
What?
I like that, like, when there's you're very definitive sometimes with questions, and but when you know, right?
My therapist says I'm rigid with strong beliefs.
What do therapists know,
I know.
right?
But yeah, I love my favorite. Like,
Chocolate.
if I was to put together a whole restaurant meal, like pre-vegan, of what I would have
Right.
chosen to eat anytime I went to a restaurant, it would have been starter of tomato soup,
Oh,
a main of fillet steak with probably with fries, steak frites,
yeah.
and
Let's
then
go.
chocolate mousse.
I like it.
Mm.
I like it. I find if I'm like, no, and dessert menu, I go, no, then I'll be like, ooh. Does your
Chicken
dessert
balls.
menu have carrot cake on it?
Bit heavy
And if
for
it has
dessert.
carrot cake or a really nice like New York cheesecake, I'll mess with that.
Do enjoy cheesecake.
I don't want to go like, oh, we've got a creme brulee. No, I want traditional.
Oh,
No, I
do
like
good
creme brulee, but I'm saying I want my cheesecake to be like a big old slab of just like
vanilla
regular.
cheesecake.
Yep. Vanilla cheesecake. And you put a little something on top.
Yeah, something,
And
something.
Daddy just likes it.
Daddy
That was a
likes
weird
that.
thing to say. But anyway, depending on what you're. Anyway,
I'm not saying it again. I'm just gonna get in trouble.
Fran,
Carlo!
this legitimately, especially compared to last week, has been
Oh, that
really
week
fun.
sucked, didn't it?
Yeah.
Can't all be winners.
Can't all be bangers, as they say. But this was really fun.
This is the daddy.
This
I
is
was
the-
reminded
this is-
that I was reminded of that phrase this week, and I think something was happening, and I was like, "That's the daddy," and both Dustin was like, "What?" and Jason was like, "Yeah."
we need to make that. We gotta say that more often because that needs to be on a shirt
That's the daddy.
with our faces on the front and on the back. It would be like,
That's
Hey.
the daddy.
this was fun.
Let's do it again next week.
All right. Bye.
Adios.
Bye. Dun 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 dun. Boom. We'll turn it off, dude.
I'm trying. I was